Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Analects of Confucius. Today we are going to learn a new sentence. Please read after me. 知之为知之，不知为不知，是知也。It means when you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it. This is knowledge. Now, let's look at the literal meaning of each character. 知之为知之. 知 means to know or knowing. 知, the second 知 here is a pronoun, meaning eight. Here means this knowledge. 为 is the old word for 是, meaning to be. 知之 means knowing it. So, what you know is what you know. 不知为不知. We know 不 means not, so not knowing is not knowing. What you don't know is what you don't know. 是知也. You might notice I pronounce this same Chinese character, which I've told you just now pronounces 知. Now I pronounce it as 知. So 知 actually, we've mentioned it before. This is a common phenomenon in Asian text. The writer just borrowed another word which look the same or sound the same. So here, this 知 actually represent this word, 知, which means knowledge. 也 is an auxiliary word, doesn't have any specific meaning. Usually, it's put at the end of the sentence. So putting together, what you know is what you know. What you don't know is what you don't know. That is knowledge. And the Confucius is trying to say, this is the right attitude towards learning. There is always something new to learn. Only if you acknowledge and accept that you still have a lot to learn, can you really stay open to learn new things. And it also emphasizes we should try to be honest about the limitation of our knowledge. And we've talked about the 5 constant virtues in Confucianism. We've talked about benevolence, 仁, and ritual propriety, 礼. And today we are going to talk about 智, the 4th virtue. And we are also going to learn about the Chinese word for it. So this word, 智, consists of 2 parts. The upper part of 智 is 知 is written as this, which means knowledge. We've just talked about it just now. And the lower part of 智, this word, is this. Maybe you think it looks like 日, which means sun or day. But actually, if you look closer, we can see this character is a little bit wider and shorter than 日, the sun character. Old Chinese pronounced as 约, which means to talk. Putting 知 and 约 together, we get the word 智, which reminds us of a person talking about knowledge. So the basic meaning of this is wisdom or being wise. And we have this word in Chinese, 智慧, which means the same thing, wisdom or being wise. Another example with this word, this Chinese character, 智力, means intelligence, and 智商, which means intelligence quotient. Okay, now let's come to the application of this expression. Firstly, the first 2 examples, I try to explain this expression in simple Chinese. So, 知之为知之，不知为不知，是知也. The Chinese translation is 知道就是知道，不知道就是不知道，这是聪明的. So you can understand 智, this word, as wise here. So To know is to know, not knowing is not knowing. This is smart. 知道 means to know. The next example explains what Confucius wants to emphasize in saying 知之为知之，不知为不知，是智也。So he's trying to say 工作中态度要端正，做人要诚实。You must have a correct attitude at work and be honest. 工作中 at work 态度 means attitude 要 you have to you must 端正 means correct or straight so you must have a correct attitude at work 做人要诚实 to be a person you should be honest 做人 means to be a person and the third example 孔子说知之为知之不知为不知，对于不了解的事，我们不要乱说。So Confucius said, 知之为知之，不知为不知。对于 as to something that you don't know, 不了解 you don't know 的事情 as to something that you don't know, 我们不要乱说。We should not 乱说 means talk nonsense. Okay, let's review the saying of Confucius we learned today. Ancient Chinese teacher Confucius said, 知之为知之，不知为不知，是智也。Alright, that's everything. Thanks for joining us and learning Chinese together through wise old sayings.